This is called Love Toy. It all started Valentine's Day, a day of plastic hearts and candied affections. Two love-weary travelers, overwhelmed by loneliness and desire, found solace in each other's arms. Our stark white uniforms mingled, our glasses clinked, our lips met, while the sins of love's lost hung like an albatross and pressed a crooked heart into your bare skin. So beautiful a moment for such a deceitful act. You spent the whole night transfixed, listening to my heartbeat, amazed that something so beaten could still function. In the beginning you were the crush, a passing fancy I was sure, born of my desperation and your compassion. But that act crushed the crush. One simple kiss spoke the words I love you and began our own false romance. I could see how beautiful you were inside that shell of obscurity. You could see the light that shone within me, shrouded in a cloud of darkness. We both had such beautiful scars. But you refused to be committed, to wear these bindings, and dwell within these padded walls, yet kicking and screaming you still accept that you love me. We are cloak and dagger lovers, borrowing sensation, stealing kisses, whispered intimacy, and secret orgasms. One holds the hush, and the other the blade. It is for but the moment, though. We spend all of our raw emotions at once, choosing to live fully at only that instant. We have all the time in the world to die. You can't keep me from others, and I can't you, but I want no other. Although you stand in front of my face, you refuse to be seen. What do you want from me? I want everything from you. I want to peer into your darkness and drink in your warmth. I want to be so intimate, you'll have to smoke a cigarette when I'm done. Our liaisons have become a formula for pseudo-dating. Meet, kiss, touch, feel, repeat as necessary. So close to the real thing that only the word girlfriend separates it. We are seeing each other. We are seeing more of each other than those who don't. We can even see the barbed wire that separates us, digging into our skin, ignored while we exchange momentary blissful passion. I love you, for now. Tomorrow, who knows? I will surely go to a hell of my own making for loving you, sullying, dirty, and corrupting you. And it is that fact that keeps you from me. The guilt of my sin, the heft of your innocence weighs heavily on my soul as I drag you down with me. But in spite of me, a new hope was born in utero. Inside this woman came new light, enveloped in your inner angel, as proof that I could love again. You will hurt me. I will hurt you. To which I reply, please do. Don't you dare stop. For the love of your God, let me feel something. Some love is better than none. Pain is better than the void. Let's just live in the moment and agree that this is weird and dirty and cheap. All I can say for certain is, I love you. You say you love me, but what does I love you mean when it doesn't mean I want you? Comments?
Why isn't she? Who's cheapening it?
Both of us.
And the immortal word of J. Giles love stinks.
Because it has no lasting outcome?
But nothing does.
This is a series of fleeting moments, man.
I don't know, I think something that doesn't have a retaining value kind of is a good definition of cheap. I mean, something that you know is going to break a week later, like something you get from Walmart versus, you know, something from a furniture store.
See, this is what I love
Definition
about
of cheap.
witchcraft, because the whole premise after you cast a spell is the great rite. It's kind of, you know, if you go to a pagan celebration, it always ends with a spiral dance and a great rite. And the great rite is a chalice, an orifice, and a blade. It's sex. There's nothing, meaning that there is nothing in the world more sacred than the spiritual communion of two souls. So, what is cheap about it? It's priceless.
The experience is priceless for the moment, but
But that's enough.
it's cheapened by the fact that we know it won't last.
So what? Aren't you supposed to live in the moment?
I am living quite in that moment.
Okay, then
I have
what's
like
the
the
big
perfect
deal?
response set of poems for it, but we'll
Um,
wait for that.
Fully enjoying the moment,
You're supposed
I
to
don't
live
know
in
if
the
I
moment.
really
You're
have an
supposed to
answer for
live one
cheap.
day at a time.
but it feels cheap. That's probably the best answer I can get.
It's
Well, then somebody
personalized.
isn't giving themselves 100% to the situation.
Exactly, and that's maybe why. And it's certainly not me. I want a lot more than I'm going to get. And we've
Well,
already
then you're
established
that's cheap. That's cheap.
And that's already been agreed upon, really. We already know that, so. That's where
Well,
it
I
lays.
think your price was fine.
But I can't do
It wasn't an offer.
That's a good ending.
Oh, wow.